We invite you to watch how we clear the views on all matters through our partner station MITV on DSTV channel 255, 7 p.m. daily, and also our YouTube and Facebook pages under one name, Clearview News Desk every day. We call it The People's News, as we are available to come over and cover your events upon notice. Or do you have news you want us to broadcast? Send it in. We verify and go to town with it. All for you. Go ahead, engage us to thrash out those naughty issues on the news. And what we need from you is to share and subscribe. More important, convince your loved ones, friends, relatives, co-worshippers, and more to subscribe so as to be getting notifications as we break the news. Go a step further, like the news, and drop your thoughts on the comment section. Clearview News. We clear the view one time and for all time.
Hello and welcome to Clearview News Desk. We're reaching you live from Nigeria's capital city, Abuja. First, the headlines. Works Minister David Umahi records giant strides in road construction across the country. West African Examinations Council releases results for the West African Senior School Certificate Examination 2024. Rwanda's Paul Kagame takes oath of office for the fourth time after serving as president for over 20 years. I am Florence Joshua with these and more. The reinstated Deputy Governor of the state, Philip Shaibu, has announced his resumption of duty and directed his staff to do so. But the Edo State government, in a statement by its Commissioner for Information and Orientation, Osa Nekere, said Shaibu's action is a clear case of impersonation. He has therefore advised that every correspondence from him in that regard should be disregarded and considered a forgery. The commissioner explained that his purported reinstatement is still in active court, and the next hearing for the two separate motions filed by the state government and the Edo State House of Assembly challenging the purported reinstatement by Justice James Omotosho of the Federal High Court is fixed for 24th September 2024. Recall that the state, through the Attorney General of Edo State and the Edo House of Assembly, had in the motion sought an order for a stay of the execution of the purported reinstatement and an order suspending the judgment and reinstating Shaibu from parading himself or attending any official function as Deputy Governor pending the hearing and determination of the appeal. Sam concluded that the status quo therefore is that His Excellency Omobayo Marvelous Godwins remains the Deputy Governor of Edo State, and any correspondence carried out by any other person, including Philip Shaibu, is an act of impersonation, and anyone who deals with him does so at his or her own risk. Rwanda's President Paul Kagame has taken the oath of office for a fourth term after sweeping to victory in elections last month with more than 99% of the votes. Several dozen heads of state and other dignitaries from African nations joined the inauguration ceremony at a packed 45,000-seat stadium in Kigali on Sunday, where crowds had started gathering from the early morning. Kagame took the oath of office before Chief Justice Faustus, pledging to preserve peace and national sovereignty, consolidating national unity. However, criticism have continued to trail Kagame's re-election as rights activists said the 66-year-old overwhelming victory was a stark reminder of the lack of democracy in Rwanda. Only 2 candidates were authorized to run against him out of 8 applicants, with several prominent Kagame's critics barred. Meanwhile, Democratic Green Party leader Frank Habeniza was scrapped into second place with 0.5% of the vote against 0.32% for independent Philippe. This development underscores Africa's leadership style, with Kagame having served as Rwanda's president for over 20 years and re-elected for another 5-year term. Nigeria's Minister of Works, David Umahi, has frowned at the place of work on the 107-kilometer road Enugu-Onitsha dualization under construction and blamed the sufferings of the road users on lack of commitment and sheer insensitivity of the contractors. He has therefore directed the contractors handling the construction of the road dualization to brace up for the implementation of the policies of the Renewed Hope administration with respect to speed and quality of work, commitment to project execution, and care for the comfort of road users.
Nigeria's Minister of Works, Dave Umahi, has frowned at the pace of work on the 107-kilometer road Enugu-Onitsha dualization under construction and blamed the sufferings of the road users on lack of commitment and sheer insensitivity of the contractors. He has therefore directed the contractors handling the construction of the road dualization to brace up for the implementation of the policies of the Renewed Hope administration with respect to speed and quality of work, commitment to project execution, and care for the comfort of road users. This directive came during a crucial meeting of the ministry with MTN that is funding the construction of the road dualization under Road Infrastructure Development and Refurbishment Investment Tax Credit Scheme. The representatives of the government of Enugu State and the two contractors handling the project under the Tax Credit Scheme, RCC Limited and Nigercat Limited, held at the ministry's headquarters, Mabushi, Abuja.
Let me express my disappointment on the slow pace of work on that project. It's one of the worst roads in this country. Even where we have diverting from the one that Rccg and Nigercat had completed, the contractors are not kind enough to even put stone base on the diversion points. So, by the reason of the launching of Operation Retake Our Roads, it is now an offense with severe punishment for the controllers and directors where we have vehicles falling on any project that is ongoing, or where we have situation where there are potholes or boreholes on our roads.
The minister thanked the government of Enugu State for their resolve to fund the construction of 20-kilometer Abakwe Junction to Akaba 9th Mile section of Enugu-Onitsha Road on rigid pavement and the construction of a flyover bridge at Abakwe Junction to be refunded through MTN tax credit. He expressed hope that MTN will still execute the construction of the second phase of the 107-kilometer by 2 road dualization.
But government is going to intervene by the request of the Enugu State government and the popular demand of the public, where we will take out 20 kilometers from Abakwa Junction and we will take it through the OP Junction, where the governor wants to dualize to Osoka, and then down to Transekulu Junction, anywhere we get 20 kilometers. And the scope of the work is to mill the asphalt over there and then put 10 cm of stone base with 3% of cement, prime it, and they put 20 cm of continuous reinforced concrete, grade 40 concrete, using Y20 reinforcements.
Umahi warned that contractors delaying jobs are on their own, as federal government, as a matter of policy, would not accept a phased handover of projects and has phased out variation on price (VOP) in contract administration. He maintained that the contractors must, in line with the Renewed Hope agenda, maintain all roles handled by them until they are fully completed and handed over to federal government.
So my advice to MTN is to look for another contractor within that axis if they want to get the job done. Division of labor is even the best. Why are doing the roads and Niger Cat? If Niger Cat is doing a good job, you can give them greater scope to do if you want to finish that job. But if you don't want to finish it, you can go ahead with this next pace where you are working is almost going bad. So it's better to get it finished. And this as a policy, we are not doing, as phased handover. We are not. You have to finish your job and then respect it. And if you take 10 years to finish your job, it's your duty to maintain the one that you have done that will be fair.
A press release by the Special Advisor Media to the Honorable Minister, Barrister Oji Uchenna Oji, stated that Umahi equally noted that the slow pace in the progress of work on the Enugu-Onitsha road realization does not lie in funding, but in the execution by the contractors.
The West African Examination Council has released results for the West African Senior School Certificate Examination for 2024. The results were made available to candidates this Monday. The examination body disclosed this in a post on X. The message reads, "The West African Examination Council is pleased to inform candidates who sat for WAEC for School Candidates 2024 that the result has officially been released today, Monday, August 12, 2024. Similarly, in a Monday statement, WAEC Head Office of Nigeria Organization, Amos Dagut, stated that the exam, which was the first conducted under his term in office, was a success. He added that the result of 1,685,889 candidates, accounting for 93.9%, were released. Life after retirement is usually perceived as a happy and stress-free period with very little to worry about. Alas, that's not always the reality for everyone. In an exclusive interview with some senior citizens on the sideline of the unveiling of productive opportunities in the geriatric social care sector and centers in Nigeria, this once able-bodied men and women narrate their sweet and bitter experiences with Clever News Imofonokon. They also have a word of advice for those still in active service.
According to statistics, in Nigeria, the average retirement age is 60 years and the average life expectancy is 53.95. Meanwhile, research has also revealed that some retirees become miserable almost immediately after retirement because their post-retirement era comes with less financial stability and more boredom. Clever News crew spoke with some Nigerian retirees to learn how life has been for them since they retired. Here is what they have to say.
I once worked with NITEL before I joined politics. When we left the service, things have not been easy. Even to pay the gratuity service a case. As I'm talking to you today, when I left NITEL, up to now, they are still owing me the pension arrears of 35 months. Even it was 77 months. If they want to pay, they will give you a little pin. They will spoil the money. You will not even make good use of it. So there are so many organizations like that. So you will be frustrated. And if you are not a struggling type, you will see that death will just come and carry you because of overthinking.
As you leave your active work, there are also a lot of challenges, health-wise, economic, social, labeling, they reject you, this old man, this old woman. These are various challenges. And in our country of today, our values are broken down. Most of our young ones no longer respect our values. So it's also affecting the aged.
Someone think once you are old, you are useless any longer. It's not like that. In fact, at times I even feel relaxed because I used to wake up, let's say by 4 a.m. or 5 a.m. to get, but now I get up at any time I want to get up. I feel happy over it because it doesn't disturb me much.
They say 2021, they go pay arrears. Till now, no see you. Oh, na green they go pay me, I don't know. Oh, na life I go get, I don't know. Next tomorrow they go pay. Next month they go pay. I got calculated, my auntie calculated 4 years. Which kind of life will be this?
While lamenting over lots of challenges that come with aging and retirement, some senior citizens used the occasion to advise civil servants to invest and plan while they're still strong and in active service.
Life is not permanent, and anything you are doing, try and plan for your future. If you don't plan, definitely you will suffer it. Don't say that time my children will do that. Your children, they also have their own problem. Don't depend on them. Plan your life.
God does not forget an honest person. That you did not make extra change illegally when you are working does not mean that God has abandoned you. There are a lot of people out there who made it by hook, by crook. At the end of the day, it led them nowhere. There are also a lot of more of them who did not make it in inverted commas by hook or by crook. At the end of their career, God started to bless them. But what we'll advise is, don't retire and go and sit down. Say, look, I am no more required. I'm done with. Keep pushing.
Anybody that is still working should utilize this opportunity. The little he will get, let him plan ahead. He should remember that he's going to retire. And when he retires, things will not go well, as if he's working. And what I will continue to say pertaining the government is that the government should always take care of retirees.
Any civil servant that is still in work may do planning. He's planning. Anything he gets, even small amount, may not spend anyhow. Keep it in your house, or you keep it in the bank so that when you retire, you benefit with that money. If not, government not pay us anything.
According to a popular adage, if you failed to plan, you are planning to fail. Imefonokon, reporting for Clever News.
In today's rapidly changing world, securing a comfortable retirement is a goal that should be on everyone's radar. However, statistics from a recent survey carried out by Corewise reveal that only 32.5% of Nigerians are actively saving for their retirement, and this could have serious consequences down the line. Over the years, the lack of planning and the uncertainties surrounding retirement have been a major problem for many Nigerians with the current economic realities facing the country. It is important now more than ever before for every Nigerian to key into it. In this exclusive interview with Clever News' Gloria Atta, Wilson Ideva, a seasoned expert in pension matters, advises Nigerians on how to plan for retirement. The report.
The Nigerian economy and quality of life of Nigerians have seen some recent contractions in recent times, from the escalating cost of living due to the removal of fuel subsidy to the impact of the unification of exchange rate by the President Bola Tinubu-led administration. Many Nigerians are receiving it very hot, and survival has now become a battle for the fittest. The current economic realities, however, has greatly affected citizens, particularly the aged and retired population, which amount to about 9.4 million people. Many workers who lived comfortable lives when they were in active service, unfortunately, have become destitute in their vulnerable old age because they could not maintain their former lifestyles. The welfare of retirees have worsened and is built to continue to deteriorate given current economic realities. Now more than ever, retirees and intending retirees need to take deliberate steps to think and act to secure a good life at retirement. According to Wilson Ideva, a seasoned professional in Nigeria's pension sector, in an era where economic uncertainties cast a long shadow, Nigerian workers should not leave anything to chance and must adopt a proactive stance in their preparation for retirement.
for young people just leaving school, instead of having so much money, you could also do so many things. And you can, because the day you enter any employment, your retirement date is also known. So if you enter civil service, for instance, today, they will tell you you are going to retire XYZ day, barely anything happening. If you don't resign by yourself or you don't meet problem. So you can actually plan how you want your life to look like in retirement. Because retirement life, most people don't plan for it. Most people believe that, oh, when I retire, things will work for themselves. It's not true. When you are working, because you don't just work and think, oh, I just work, I retire, then I'll maybe start bothering my children or start looking at one uncle to help me out. You should want to plan your life so that when you retire, yes, you might meet with unforeseen circumstances like we're seeing now, but on overall, you can weather through. So that's it. If you plan, that is what you can get. Every individual worker in this country, whether in the formal or informal, we should plan for retirement so that when we retire, we don't constitute problem, or I don't want to use the word nuisance, but we don't constitute a challenge or problem to society. Because this society, we have so much to do. We have not gotten to the level where government is able to provide fully for senior citizens. Because if you're in England, for instance, now, you know that at 60, you have free bus ride, you have free train ride, you have free medication, but we don't have that here. So I want to encourage that even the tomato sellers, they can form union. With that union, they can open a PFA account and begin to remit, so that when they are also old and they can no more go to the market, they can no more do things they were doing, they can get stipends, no matter how small. It's always better to have something than nothing.
He also stressed on the need for the media and other relevant stakeholders to educate and enlighten Nigerians on the need to plan for their retirement early enough, regardless of the sector.
We expect the media to help with enlightenment. We expect the media to help with letting people know that age have nothing to do where you work, and that also letting people to know the challenges they will meet at old age. Because we are strong now, we are run up and down. By the time we come, when we are working with stick, and that time, years back, your children will take care of you. But this era, the children are also having their issues. And beside their issues, the environment where they are growing up now, the children, it's not like where some of us who are old grew up. We grew up in a situation where we have a burden for every person. The children have a burden for only themselves now. So the media needs to help with enlightenment, and the media needs to also bring to the knowledge of every worker to say, look, it's your duty to ensure that your pension is being remitted. Because I've seen a lot of people, they come to me, they say, oh, I don't even know my PFA. I say, how? My employer, they are contributing money, I don't even know. I said, no, it's not true. It's not supposed to be so. You are supposed to take your pension after your doctor. I think the next person you should take very seriously is your PFA.
Wilson Ideva also called on Nigerians in the creative and entertainment industry to key into Nigeria's pension scheme to avoid issues in the near future. Gloria Atta, reporting for Clearview News.
Niger State Governor Umaru Bago has condemned the burning of church building of the Redeemed Christian Church of God by suspected hoodlums in Kontungora town. Bago, in a statement by his special advisor on print media, Aisha Wakaso, described the attack on the church as mindless and cowardly. Clearview News gathered that suspected hoodlums in the early hours of Saturday looted items and set ablaze the church located along the Federal College of Education Road in Kontungora. The governor said the burning and looting of the church was not only an attack on the Christian community, but a direct affront to the peace and unity cherished in the state. He has therefore directed all relevant security agencies to conduct an immediate and complete inquiry into the incident, with a vow that the perpetrators of the horrible acts would be caught and duly prosecuted. Bago urged the people of Kontungora to be calm and refrain from reprisal attacks, while they should continue to work to preserve peace and togetherness as one nation. He pledged the state government support to the members of the affected church and the broader Christian community. If you're just joining us, you're watching the news on Clearview News Desk. We will be back after this break. Stay with us. Keep your face towards the sunshine and shadows will fall behind you. Content making taken too far, as the Nigerian Immigration Service on Monday said it has launched a formal investigation following the circulation of a video on social media showing a female traveler destroying a Nigerian standard passport at the Murtala Mohammed International Airport. The Public Relations Officer, DCI Kenneth Udo, disclosed this in a statement issued in Abuja. He said the individual has been identified and invited for further investigation. If the allegations are substantiated, her actions would have constituted a breach of Section 10, subsection B of the Immigration Act 2015 as amended, with corresponding penalties outlined under Section 10, subsection H of the same Act. The Nigerian Immigration Service remains steadfast in its commitment to upholding the provisions of the Immigration Act in the interest of national security and to preserving the dignity and integrity of the nation's legal instruments, he stated. Meanwhile, there have been another video circulating on social media suggesting all the charade was just for content creation. Although this is not the first time Nigerian content creators go extremely wild for content creation. And that's the news, but before we go, a recap of the top stories. Nigeria's Minister of Works, Senator David Umahi, has highlighted the achievement of the ministry in road construction within the recent construction of the Enugu-Onitsha Highway. The West African Examination Council has released the results for the West African Senior School Certificate Examination for School Candidate 2024. Rwanda's President Paul Kagame has taken the oath of office for a fourth time after sweeping to victory in elections last month with more than 99% of the vote. You can follow up on latest events and happenings around you via social media platforms on Facebook, Instagram and YouTube at Clearview News Desk or via handle on X, formerly known as Twitter at Clearview Online. Many thanks for watching. I am Florence Joshua. Bye for now.